Hello and welcome to another video, the story of Jimmy Page, from session musician to guitar legend. You know him as the mastermind behind some of rock's greatest hits, but how much do you really know about the man behind the guitar? James Patrick Page, born January 9th, 1944, is an English musician who achieved international success as the guitarist and founder of the rock band Led Zeppelin. With his iconic riffs and virtuosic playing, Jimmy Page redefined what it meant to be a rock guitarist. His influence can still be heard in the music of countless artists today. He started his career as a session musician, playing guitar for some of the biggest bands of the 1960s, including the Yardbirds, the Who, and the Kinks. In 1968, Jimmy Page formed Led Zeppelin, and together with Robert Plant, John Paul Jones, and John Bonham, they created some of the most iconic and influential music of all time. Jimmy's playing, innovative guitar techniques, and groundbreaking sound changed the face of rock and roll forever. Page has stated, "When I first started playing, I was heavily influenced by blues musicians like Robert Johnson, Elmore James, and Howlin' Wolf. I was also inspired by rockabilly and early rock guitarists like Scotty Moore and Chuck Berry." Jimmy Page's legacy goes far beyond Led Zeppelin. He has worked with some of the biggest names in the music industry, including David Bowie, Eric Clapton, and the Rolling Stones. He has also inspired countless musicians, including Eddie Van Halen, Slash, and Joe Perry. He is known for his use of alternate tunings, unusual chord progressions, and improvisational solos. Page is widely considered by his musical peers as one of the greatest and most influential guitarists. His experiences in the studio and with the Yardbirds were key to the success of Led Zeppelin. As a record producer, songwriter, and guitarist, he helped make Zeppelin a prototype for countless rock bands and one of the major driving forces behind the sound of the era. Following the breakup of Led Zeppelin in 1980 after the death of John Bonham, in 1982, Page collaborated with director Michael Winner to record the Death Wish 2 soundtrack. Page collaborated with Paul Rodgers on 2 albums under the name The Firm. The first album, released in 1985, was the self-titled The Firm. The album peaked at number 17 on the Billboard chart. It was followed by Mean Business in 1986. The band toured in support of both albums but split up soon after. Page also reunited with the other former bandmates of Led Zeppelin to perform live on a few occasions, most notably in 1985 for the Live Aid concert with both Phil Collins and Tony Thompson filling drum duties. However, the band members considered this performance to be substandard. Page, Plant, and Jones, as well as John Bonham's son Jason, performed at the Atlantic Records 40th anniversary show on May 14, 1988. Page released a solo album entitled Outrider in 1988 also. In 1990, a benefit concert in Nebworth saw Plant unexpectedly joined by Page to perform Misty Mountain Hop, Wearing and Tearing, and Rock and Roll. The same year, Page appeared with Aerosmith at the Monsters of Rock Festival. Page also performed with the band's former members at Jason Bonham's wedding. In 1983, Page collaborated with David Coverdale on the album Coverdale Page and briefly toured in Japan. In 1994, Page and Plant reunited as Page and Plant for a performance on MTV's Unplugged series. The special, dubbed Unleaded, premiered to the highest ratings in MTV's history. Page and Plant recorded 1998's Walking into Clarksdale, featuring the Grammy Award-winning song Most High. A 97-date world tour ensued. Page played guitar for rap singer-producer Puff Daddy's song Come With Me, which heavily samples Led Zeppelin's Kashmir and was included on the soundtrack of Godzilla. The two later performed the song on Saturday Night Live. Following a benefit performance in the summer of 1999, where the Black Crowes guested with them, Page teamed up with the band for 6 shows in October of '99, playing material from the Led Zeppelin catalog and old blues and rock standards. The last 2 concerts were recorded in Los Angeles and released as a double live album, Live at the Greek, in 2000. On December 10th, 2007, the surviving members of Led Zeppelin, as well as Jason Bonham, played a charity concert at the O2 Arena in London. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, Zeppelin set the world record for the highest demand for tickets for one music concert, as 20 million requests for the show were recorded online. There you have it, folks. Jimmy Page's impact on rock music and guitar playing cannot be overstated. He is a true guitar legend, and his music will continue to inspire generations to come. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel.